All right. Wanted to show a quick demo of how the Women's ERG goes through some of our regular operations at Slack. We handle all of Women's ERG activities through channels, both public and private channels in Slack, and workflows, which are our low-code app builder. So this demo can be for internal and external use. So I will just talk about how we go about that. As an introduction, for me, I'm Sarah Newman. This is actually me. I'm a solutions engineer at Slack, and I also happen to be the VP of the Women's ERG. So under my purview is, as a solutions engineer, I demo Slack all the time. And as the VP of the Women's ERG, I help out with our functioning. So I feel especially equipped to walk everyone through this. So I'm going to start out on our Hello Women channel. All of the ERGs, there's 7 ERGs at Slack, we all have a Hello channel. This is a space for both allies and for folks to get introduced to the ERG and join if they would like to. So to that end, I've put a topic in this channel that lets folks know how to use it. And I'm actually not a member of this channel yet, but since it's a public channel, and when I say public, I mean public but internal to your organization, that means I can search for this channel, find that it exists, and choose to join it if I'd like. So when I come to this channel, I can see a post here. This is what the Women's ERG is all about, what our mission is as a group, maybe some of our OKRs. And I also see allies jumping in here to talk about issues for women at Slack. So I'm going to join this channel, and let's say I wasn't the VP of the Women's ERG, I'm just a new member here. And when I join, I get a message from Slackbot that tells me a little bit of information about the channel. And you can see I probably already did that. But what it does, it says, welcome to the Hello Women channel. Refer to the pinned post to get familiar with our mission and our vision. Allies, you can use this channel as a safe space to ask questions, post articles, participate in conversations around women's issues at Slack. And members, if you're not a member of the private channel, please use the workflow in the Hello Women channel to be added. So going back to the Hello Women channel that I just joined, now that I have all that information from Slackbot, and that was sent to me, that message was created again through a workflow. Basically, the trigger was I joined the channel and the workflow sent me a message. So I'm going to go through another workflow, and I can access that through this shortcuts button here. And it allows me to request to be added to the private channel. So I can actually share my preferred pronouns so that when I get introduced to the channel, we're all aware, and then write something that I'm most excited about. Now, I've already done this again. I'm a member of the ERG, but I can show you an example of where that goes. Let me just actually go through that. I'm gonna say my pronouns are she, her, and I'm excited about connecting to the group. So I'm going to submit this. And when I do that, we see that this women request to join private channel has lit up. And this is a channel that, speaking from our experience as the Women's Council, we monitor this channel. And when folks request to join, we let everyone know, hey, I'm taking a look at this request, or check mark, I have completed it. So let's say I'm just going to complete my own request. And what we're completing here is just adding that user to the private Women's ERG channel. So the private Women's ERG channel is really the safe space here. This is where the functioning of the ERG happens, and all of the ERGs at Slack have a similar configuration. So here we use this channel again to talk about our mission. We can keep this pinned to the channel, so that works kind of like a virtual corkboard. If somebody's new to the channel, they can come here, press this pinned item, and take a look at what's important to us in the Women's ERG. And then we talk about activities and events. And I think largely, if we're thinking about what ERGs do for their groups, it's events and programming. So we can see someone organizing an event here and taking some voting via emoji voting on what the topic of this financial freedom event should be. And something that is really specific to the Women's ERG here at Slack is we have this reminder we've actually had this reminder programmed into the the private women's ERG channel at Slack for years now. And it's just really simple. It posts in the channel every week from Slackbot, and this was set up. It's super easy to set up a reminder in Slack. We just do /remind, and you can remind a channel of something or send a message to a person. So we set one up for this channel, and this was years ago, and it's been in this channel and kind of culturally part of the ERG for quite a while. And so it just says, you did something great this week. What was that? And we see women collaborating here and just saying, hey, I volunteered, I tried yoga, I got back into dancing, or I practiced some self-care, and other women kind of jumping in and supporting them and continuing the conversation. So that's a really special part of our internal culture. And then lastly, something else that we do in this private channel is we empower women to contribute to programming. So one of the ways that we do that is, again, through a workflow. And I just want to highlight that workflows in Slack are built through a no-code builder. So you can see there's one here, again, through this actions button, and I can submit an event request. So let's say it's me. I'm going to go ahead and say I want to run a yoga class, and my friend is a great yoga instructor, would love to bring her in. Let's say I think she's about $300 for a session, and unlimited numbers of attendees, so we can invite everyone in the ERG. So I'm going to go ahead and submit that request. And again, we'll see another channel light up, and that's the Women's ERG Council channel. So this channel, and sorry, Slackbot has also been pinging me. I get a little thank you when I submitted that request that lets me know what to expect from the council. So another big part of the operating of the ERG is this private council channel. So this is just for the regional leads, the folks who kind of run the ERG itself. We use this to discuss upcoming meetings, our council agenda, who is responsible for what, and use it to track our OKRs as a group and make sure that we're serving our community. Also, we get these ERG event requests coming from that workflow that I just saw, and we decide whether to approve or discuss these requests with the folks that are requesting them. So I would work with my co-lead to approve the event, and then we could communicate back to the person who has requested it, in this case Alexa, hey, your event's been approved, you can go ahead and organize it, here's how you add it to the calendar, et cetera, et cetera. So we kind of went over a bunch of functions of the ERG, but really what we talked about just now is kind of getting introduced to the ERG through that Hello Women channel. And again, creating a space for allies to engage with our group as well, joining the kind of private safe space of the ERG, and then also encouraging folks to create events and programming that support the group, so that we can kind of continue creating this community, especially in a completely remote time. So that's a really high level overview of the functioning. There's also lots that goes on in terms of collaborating with other ERG leads, learning from one another, et cetera. But I will start there for my demo today. So thank you so much.